good morning, and when the weather does this, you stop and do a YouTube video. And this is my usual Thursday spot. And, well, I tell you what, when the weather's like this, you do what you gotta do, but, I know, I'm probably supposed to be like at about stop. I'm trying to figure out. I was supposed to be here an hour and 40 minutes ago. Stop 7 of 11. And, yeah, it's just, weather's got me put behind and everything else. So, you know, one of those things. Well, I don't know if you saw what I did on Tuesday. Well, on Monday, I guess it was Monday when people thought that Russell Wilson was going to possibly ask to be traded. He came out yesterday and said, no, I don't want to leave Seattle. I want to stay with the Seahawks. And that's not what I was saying. I'm just asking the team to improve the offensive line. Well, yeah, okay. Well, and obviously that needs to be done. Another quarterback ought to be saying that instead of running around saying I want my LSU receiver is Joe Burrow. I mean, I want Jamar Chase. The problem is you'll be still running for your life with that offensive line. They don't address that line. That's got to be a first-round pick. I'm sorry. You got to get a tackle because if you're not being protected, Joe, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to be, oh, well, this is what I think you ought to do, Joe. No. If you want Jamar Chase and continue to run for your life and maybe get hurt again, that's on you. I mean, it would be nice if they could do both. I did say that on Instagram post once. It'd be nice if you guys could do both, but can you do both? I don't know. Can you do both? I don't know if you can or not. But, sure, they could do some stuff. Maybe free agency. Hey, maybe trade it somebody you may not want up there in Cincinnati any longer. Somebody that can help us with the Saints. We'll give you Andres Pete. Yeah. We'll give you Andres Pete. I mean, hey. You know, he got paid. He didn't really produce this past year, and injuries and stuff. Saints got their own problems with offensive line, too. I mean, you're going to have, more than likely, Nick Easton's going to retire. You're going to have, all that going on. But I don't know what to say right now. I mean, the Saints, we're still waiting to find out if Drew Brees retires. That's right. You can't even address that issue until he makes his decision. If he decides to come back, he decides to come back. I know there's some people on the team that want him to come back. I know Demario Davis is one of them. He's actually made a public plea or a private plea to him, but let people know that he did this. So, yeah, like I said, we can't address that issue. We can't worry about if whoever we get to come in here, if it's going to be Jameis and Taysom, if it's going to be somebody else. You can't do anything until you know what number 9's doing. And I'm like this. Well, I mean, he comes back. You know, you're going to have to compensate in other areas. But remember, yeah, he struggled. But remember, most of the season, he didn't have his best weapon, Michael Thomas. You know, he got hurt and never really got 100% throughout the entire season. And that was game 1. Yeah, that was game 1. Tampa in the Dome. It's just one of those things. You look at it and you say, well, what can you do? So we can't. Like I said, we got to deal with that. Well, LSU got 2 men that improved improved their status. Still kept them at number 3 overall behind Alabama and Ohio State for recruiting. But I mean, they did get Brian Thomas. He did commit. the kid from Walker High School, same school where Brendan went. So they did get him, Brian Thompson, and they also got a linebacker, I think his name Mike Jones, out of Clemson, who's a transfer out of Clemson, and I tell you what, they're speaking very highly of this guy too. So they have one spot remaining. They could hold out for another person that's in the. I'm sure they'll check the transfer portal and see there's somebody else out there that'll help them. But yeah, a linebacker will help LSU immensely. And see, George Peppers is calling me, but he's going to have to wait to finish my video. I don't want him part of my video. So I'll call him back in a few minutes. We'll let that go off. But it's a call from, but I got my ringer silent. That's why you don't hear it. So so I'll get back to him in a little bit, but I'm in the middle of what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with what I got. So, let's just keep going. So that looks good, from LSU perspective, and the coaching staff, and I tell you what, I like what I hear about this new defensive coordinator, because he's calling all the players, he's talking to them, he's keeping in touch with them, he's letting them know what he plans on doing with each and every one of them. So, I know they were talking about Elias Ricks possibly leaving. He may not leave now. He may not leave. We'll see. We'll see. Still might go into transport, he still might leave, or whatever. But, so things are promising when it comes to LSU. So, I like what I see, and it's not going to be last year. Well, one thing I do want to talk about while I'm sitting here in the rain, can't do anything about it. Well, I'm going to tackle the subject of depression next week. Okay, next week on my Wednesday stream on YouNow, my Mental Health Wednesday. I'm going to go ahead and talk about depression. I've seen it firsthand. I've even dealt with it. Hadn't been diagnosed with it, but I've seen symptoms at times. But Brendan's had it. I'm not going to go into all the things. I really shouldn't be airing all his ailments out there, but it's part of what we do. But so I've seen it, and it's good to talk about it. It really is. It helps people. It lets people know, people don't want to talk to you about it. Let you know, hey, people do care. People do care about you. And, people who love you will do what they have to do in order to make sure things are better. Because I know, it could lead to different things. It could lead to things like suicide and stuff. Well, just like anybody would have thought, that nighttime radio host Delilah, who comes on satellite, comes on syndicated throughout the country. I'm sure, if she could have talked to her son sooner, maybe he wouldn't have committed suicide. But talking's a big thing, and that's the key to maybe helping out. Depression can lead to things like suicidal thoughts, and I'm sure if Delilah had another chance, she probably would do it. But she's taking care of all the children. She's making sure she's right there to hear everything. That's why she does her show from her house. She basically took her garage and turned it into a radio studio, and so she's there. The kids can come in while she's on the air and all that. So she's at home now. So and then she did that before the pandemic. So of course, a lot of people are moving towards that radio. The disc jockeys are at the house doing the air shifts and stuff like that. But it's one of those things. But I'm waiting to hear back from Mike Garcia. Maybe I'm hoping maybe he gets at least an interview with Guarantee Media, because obviously they look for somebody to take over a morning shift there at 104.5 ESPN radio in Baton Rouge. So I'd like to see him get it. I think he's more than qualified. I mean, he's spent years in radio himself, and I would probably apply, but quite frankly, I'm making more money picking up used cooking oil than I would in radio, and on a 2-hour radio shift. Or it might be a 3-hour shift, because I know Jordy Collado only did 2 of the 3 hours. Well, T-Bob Abad did the 3rd hour. We usually with a like a guest host or something like that. But yeah, I hope Mike gets it. But talking about Bayou State Sports Saturday, well, we're gonna wrap up the NFL season. We're gonna wrap up the Saints season. We're gonna bring Brian Bieniemy in for the whole 8 o'clock hour, like we did 2 weeks ago. So we'll have him for the whole hour. 9 o'clock, we'll bring in Mike Fazan, and then at 9:30, the three of us, and that's Mike, George, and myself, we'll just throw some stuff around. I'm sure we'll throw some Pelicans around, but after 4 wins in a row, they go to Chicago last night and just got drubbed. It ain't nothing else you can say. They got drubbed. They got bombed by the Bulls. So, yeah. So, I'm going to go ahead and, actually, I don't have anything else to talk about, to tell you the truth. But, I do want to bring up one thing. I am going to do a special Fat Tuesday stream of on YouNow. I'm going to go ahead and do something. Probably just have some Mardi Gras music playing in the background as I'm talking. And that's probably it. You know, I'm not going to do any more than that. I think that's as far as I'll go with it. Just play some music and do that. Other than that, you know, I mean, just talk to people and try to have a little good time. I mean, anyway, going to be off of work and no parade, so do my own little celebration, maybe about an hour or so. Well, 2 hours, depending on how many people join me. And, yeah, please give me some eyeballs, please. And if you do come over there, I don't need the 400 and the 2K likes and all that. I don't need you to spend your money and your bars on me. Hey, give me the free spin and give me the 20 free likes. That's it. You know, if I get 50 people to do that, that'll be enough for me. You know, that'll probably give me enough earnings to, you know, move up towards the next level. I did move up one spot yesterday, thanks to Sam Elliott's stream. He saves his chest once. He opens it up once a week, his Wednesday late stream. He got pissed off yesterday, and everybody's because if you subscribe to people, I subscribe to Sam and I subscribe to that guy Jamie. If you subscribe, you got a little sticker. Well, it's called stickers, but a little thing you click on and it pops up on the chat screen. And yesterday, while Sam's singing one of his songs, all of a sudden people are putting up sub stickers for everybody under the sun. And he sees this and he gets pissed. And rightly so. I mean, hey, it's his show. He's doing his own thing. The subscribers, and he's on, and get this, subscriber only chat. And he's got 118 subscribers. He cuts off because they'll do that. They'll let just subscribers chat with each other. All of us, I mean, and all these other things. Well, I'm sitting there, and I was actually in the bed. I was getting ready to take my shower and all. And, well, no, I came out of the shower. I was already out of the shower when this happened. I pick up my phone, and I see all this going on. Well, Sam comes on, and he starts, I want you to stop sending all these other sub stickers. You got mine. This is my show. And I'm like, he's right. Well, my finger slips. So I was going to send him up on the chat screen. Next thing I know, my finger hits Jamie's, and I'm like, he's bitching, telling people to stop doing it. He goes, Jamie. I'm like, oh boy, he's gonna. And it was an accidental. It was funny, but it wasn't funny at the time. But no, YouNow, hey, it's a good thing, and you don't have to broadcast. You don't even have to get money. You can look. You go on there every day, you're gonna get 7 bars until you get to level 30, and then you're gonna get 21 bars a day, and then you get to level 60, it's 42. So you can save them up. You know, you can definitely save them up, but you don't have to broadcast. Just follow people, and I want people to follow me. You know, come on over there, and eventually, I don't know. It just depends. I may actually try to do Bayou State Sports Saturday once over there, only. Just try it and see what happens, but probably not. I mean, I still want to have content on the JM Sports Network, obviously. You know, if I was ever not do games anymore, then I maybe would do something like that. But no, I'll go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and cut off now. And remember, I'm going to do, I got Bayou State Sports Saturday, which we're doing on the network and on YouNow. Tuesday, I'm going to do a stream, and I'm doing Mental Health Wednesday also on Wednesday, obviously. So, do that, and I'll talk to y'all later. And like I say, God willing, I'll talk to y'all again in a little while.